So, welcome everyone to the third edition of the Gator World P2E and Web3 Weekly Convo. This is the show where we introduce you to new projects and the creators of those projects in both the Web3 and P2E spaces. I'm Gator Spearfish, the project manager of Gator World NFT, and I'm joined today by a great lineup of Web3 and P2E creators. The best part of this for you, the listener, is that you can go to GatorWorldNFT.com right now, play our P2E, and win whitelist spots for some of these projects, as well as Sweet Apocalypse is actually giving away 2 NFTs in our game this week. So big shout out to them. If you're watching this on YouTube, you'll see their cute little zebra character on the screen right now. So yeah, make sure you get to GatorWorldNFT.com, play Chomp, and you can win ETH, NFTs, whitelist spots from some really cool projects, and don't forget that is a gas-free NFT game. All right, so let me just get Sweet Apocalypse up here on the board and add him as a speaker. All right, so we have 3 guests today. We might have a 4th. It should be a very interesting space today. We have both play-to-earn creators as well as Learnaverse, which is a Web3 platform looking to educate people about the Web3 space as well as prevent Web3 scams. So big up to them for that. It's a really positive thing. It's something we need. All right, so let's get started. So let's begin with everyone introducing yourselves and your project and giving us an overview of the project. So let's start with Sweet Apocalypse up first.
Yo, thanks. Nice to have me back. Second round. And
welcome back.
Yeah. Yesterday I realized after I should also introduce myself as a person, as a human being, not only as a project. So my name is Florian, aka Chippo. My name in Discord and on Twitter is Chippo. It's coming from Japanese and it's called Play Money, which is a bit of a joke by my side. Yeah. Despite that personal introduction, let's head to the project. We are in a moment, in a time of apocalyptic feelings, doomsday of the Earth, issues with the planet, dying species, and this kind of emotions are shown in series, zombie series, where it's always dark and humanity has too little chance. So in this moment of this emotional era, I would call it apocalyptic era, we wanted to implement or to show another path, a sweet version of any apocalypse. Everything has always a positive end. Like nowadays people start to become more vegans, they become green energy orientated, so there are always positive movements. And to not let our feelings get too much dark, we said let's make it sweet. A bit of sugar in life we need. So that's why our name Sweet Apocalypse. And with this name comes our characters. We have many playable characters, or this is what we have in future. We are still a startup, so we are just invested about 30,000 euro in the painting and the Discord and doing promotion and in having a company. We have a company in Berlin. We are a German team. So, yeah.
Okay, so let's go on to our second overview and introduction. Let's move on to Bot X Club.
Hey guys, so thanks again for having us. I am Mooney. I will be representing BotX and I am the head moderator and column manager. So as you can notice, BotX is a very unique project wherein we are a project represented by, as you can notice, robots, but this style was our artist was kind of inspired by the CryptoPunks. So yeah, and actually we are already at the phase 4 of our roadmap, wherein our website was already revealed, and also the mint price is also revealed. But later, I think today we are gonna reveal also the mint date for our project. So yeah.
Exactly to plan. So let's move on to Introverse. Would you like to tell us a little bit about your project and what you guys are doing?
Hi guys, thanks for having us. Yeah, sure. I'm a co-founder of Introverse, and I'm based in Italy, but our team is pretty much international. And nice to meet everyone. And well, actually, Introverse is a metaverse, and it literally means a place that exists only in your mind. And we have a vision to create a builder in the future where everyone can build its own little space, in the metaverse. Right now, we decided to follow a different path compared to most of the projects. We decided to create a pre-alpha of the game, and we just set it live so you actually can play right now. And we are planning to go on chain in this quarter, and yeah, we have a lot of things planning on plan.
Very nice, very nice. And I understand that you're doing an NFT Summerfest.
Yeah, exactly. In August, we are holding the biggest NFT contest we ever had on our metaverse. We tried to test it before several times in order to understand the best gamification and the traction we could get from that. And now we are collaborating with more than 15 projects. Right now, we have a pool prize of more than $10,000. And in the pool prize, there are not only NFTs, but also cryptos and merchandising from different projects and holders. Like Bored Ape Holder gave us, some very cool merchandising from the Ape Fest that was held in New York, like 1 month ago. And we have, yeah, a big bunch of very cool things inside our pool prize, and this time we are noticing a big hype. We have a lot of tickets open in our server on Discord, like 500 tickets per day, and I invite everyone here also to participate because it will be such a great fun. It will be like a treasure hunt inside our metaverse.
Very nice. And actually, Gator World just submitted the form for that yesterday. So we would really like to participate, and we're looking forward to that. It sounds like a lot of fun. Okay, Mike, how you doing? Are you from? You're from Learnaverse. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your project? Give us a brief overview of what's going on there.
Yeah, hey man, what's up? How are you guys doing? We have been successfully sold out our Genesis collection, and right now,
nice, congratulations.
yeah. Thank you guys. And but we can say that it was not, like, an easy job as a community director and the part of the core team. And like, to be honest, we were pushing this project for last 6 to 8 months. I think technically it's been 8 months, we can say.
What is the goal of Learnaverse? As I understand, you're not a P2E, you're more of a Web3 learning platform.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we are not building any game or any like a gamification. Or if we talk about the metaverse aspect of the projects, so it's going to be an online learning platform, but that's all going to be on Web3 on the blockchain. So what we are doing with the Learnaverse is like, our end goal is to create educational content course marketplace where anyone, anyone from each walk of life would be able to release their content. We can say these contents can be audio visual courses, any, like, documentary where people can learn about Web3s and cryptos and NFTs, or anything that, anyone who's willing to reach to a broader audience. So that's what we are trying to do. So it's kind of like, I don't know if you guys have heard about Byju's or Udemy. So those are like very big movers in the Web2 space. If we talk about like learning online learning platforms. So
yes, for sure.
Yeah, so we are kind of doing pretty much same, but in a different way. So like, we are going to use these audiovisual courses and we'll mint them as NFTs, and that's pretty much the end goal. But we once, like, it's all about, it all comes down to like how many people can we successfully uh, get around the community, how many investors can we attract, because it's like if we want to build something significant in this space, then definitely it's not going to be uh, happen for free. Like you will definitely need some resources and like connections and uh, like everyone who has like this ability to put everything in a great shape. So that's what we've been trying to do.
I see it, and that's a very good goal. I mean, like I said multiple times, education in this space is key because with all the misinformation you hear and everything else, it's good to, obviously, the more people know, the less susceptible they are to scams and outside influences that are negative. So let's move on from that. Thank you all for giving us a brief description of your projects. They all sound really great. Let's go on to the art and the token itself. So when a listener goes to OpenSea or Magic Eden or any other NFT marketplace and they search for your project, what will they find as far as the art and the NFTs themselves? Let's start with Sweet Apocalypse again.
They will find many different characters. I just give some examples. We have foxes. In my profile picture, you see a zebra. We have zombie, the zombie rocket. We have some panda. We have human. We have about 12 or 13 different characters, and this is for the first drop. So we thought, oh, maybe in the next drops we make some more, but this is the first drop. And then we have 4 different backgrounds because our game, in the long term, our game has a storyline. So we thought of how to introduce a story, and we will do it by 4 different backgrounds. And they all, of course, have a touch to apocalyptic atmosphere. We have a LSD. We chose a LSD background, which is quite fun to watch. So we have some kind of humor here and there.
Cool. And how many tokens do you guys have?
We have overall reduced quite a lot of times. We have now 6,066, and depending on the mint, we will need to reduce it or we stay with this number. Well, let's see. But this is the number we have right now, yeah.
Very nice. I really dig the art. I think it's really cool. I was looking through your website. I'm going to put something up on the screen showing all of your art in this section. So let's move on to BotX. You already said a little bit that something like the CryptoPunk inspired, but it seems like the 3D punks. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the art and the meaning behind it? BotX, are you
All
there?
right. So thanks. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You got it right, sir. It's like the 3D style of the CryptoPunks, but I just want to clarify that we are not a derivative of CryptoPunks. The artist was just inspired by the art of CryptoPunks, but yeah. As for the expectations for the art of, or what you guys can expect from our art when you check out it in the links or any marketplace for NFTs, you can actually see 4 types of clubbers. We call our NFTs in Botex as clubbers. So it's like a different style of different style of how you present yourself. We have the hoodie clubber, we have the alpha punk, we have the gangster, and also the simp. So that's the 4 types of clubber I can disclose for now. But we really have a lot of plans in the future. We're just in the version 1 of our roadmap, and you can expect a lot from our project besides this one because we are planning also to have another collection after this one. So yeah, join us as you if you can and be a clubber.
Sounds good. That's actually very interesting. So I thought it was like a club of bots, but it's actually that you guys are going to the club. Is that it? Like a disco?
It's like the NFTs or the robots, as you can, if you check our websites, our website, you will be able to see some sneak peeks of the art from for our project. So it's like the artist was inspired by robots, and we all know, or what we know is that robots are emotionless. But it's like we try to put emotions into this robots, and they made it into clubbers, different clubbers, or it's like I can't find the right word, but it's like the fashion of people. As we see, we have a hoodie. So hoodie clubbers have those hoodies. They wear hoodies, and gangster, they have a different style of being a gangster. So yeah.
Gotcha. Sounds very interesting. I like it. Okay,
Yes, sir.
Introverse. So tell us about the NFTs that you've created. Is it land or is it actual PFPs? Tell us a little bit about your collection.
Sure. So we actually don't have a land because we are planning to sell that in a short future. We first have to go on chain, and honestly, we are in touch with different chains already, like Heatherash, Graph, Polygon, Immutable X, and also Avalanche. Right now, we are planning to have NFTs, not as characters, but our NFTs will look like much more as skins, and there will be two categories of NFTs, like functional and non-functional NFTs. Functional NFTs will be super useful because without them, you can't continue inside the game. Like, you need them inside the game to proceed with levels. Non-functional NFTs will be just for an aesthetic purpose, so they will just made for make you more, for make you cooler. And we are actually, thinking about character as other projects NFTs. So it's interesting for us to explain this concept because we are really taking care in our vision to um, focus on the interoperability and connect the projects inside the Web3 ecosystem. And we would love to collaborate with other projects in order to get their mascots, so their characters, and put them inside our gameplay. So every holder of whatever project is collaborating with us will be able to play inside Introverse with their own NFTs as a character itself.
Very cool. And how does that integration work? Do they need something like a like Web3 game with a pixelated character or a voxel, or how does that work, voxel?
Well, actually, we are doing it manually. So we are just, converting 3D models or even 2D, concept arts inside for our 3D low poly, game because all the NFTs from whichever collection which will come won't be able to be high poly. Like, we will have to adapt it to our game style, especially because we have to run it, in WebGL, which is only on browser. And in order to have a good performance on internet, like on browser, we have to keep it very low poly and even lower poly for the mobile version, which will come out very soon. Our community is asking so bad the mobile version of the game because everyone knows here, of course, that all the players, at least the 80% of players, are playing, by mobile. But we are focusing one step by step, let's say. So we are now, focusing on implementing the multiplayer in order to make all these characters able to see each other inside the gameplay. Right now, you can play only single play mode. And after we finish with the implementation of this feature of the multiplayer, we will just publish the version of Android mobile app, and then we are already working on the Apple version, iOS version, but it will take a little bit more of time.
We're in the same boat, actually. We dropped our WebGL version first of our game Chomp, and now we're working on the mobile version. And it's definitely going to open a lot of doors for all projects once they hit mobile, because some people, they don't want to have to go home, fire up the computer. Well, it's a process. So if they can just check in and play and do what they want when they have some free time, whether on the bus or in the a waiting room at the
Exactly.
doctor or wherever, you know, they could get that done, and they could join the community. It's great. Why don't we go with Learnaverse next? Why don't you tell us about the collection of NFTs? I understand that you said you were sold out. So, what kind of NFTs does Learnaverse consist of?
Oh, sorry, can you repeat that?
Are you there, Mike?
Yeah. Can you repeat your question? Sorry.
Sure. So I understand that you said you sold out your collection. What kind of NFTs, when someone goes to the secondary market and looks at Learnaverse NFTs, what will they find there? What's your collection like, the art and whatnot? What does it consist of?
So right now we have sold out the Genesis mint passes, and what we are planning to do with the mint passes is whoever has those mint passes will have access to our upcoming NFT collection. So right now there's no utility of those passes, but we are planning to drop the first collection. So it's actually a kind of a storyline where we have four different characters, and those four different characters will represent everything related with and with our the theme of the project. So it's the art is basically inspired from uh, let's say African kids, because our founder is from Africa, and they are really having trouble with education at schools, and there are too many 98% of the children, 95 actually 95% of the children in Africa don't really have the access to the schools. They don't have access to basic education. They the government don't provide any grants or specific resources to build enough equipments in the school. So they don't have enough computers in their labs. They don't have enough teachers in the schools. And if certainly there's case that if any teacher is working on with any government organization, then the wages are really relatively low, so they have no option but to let's say to survive for their career. They also need to have a secondary job. So it's kind of you can imagine how tough it would be coming from those type of part of the world, we can say. So these four different collections will have their own story, and they will give access to our course marketplace. So that's the main utility of the mint passes that we sold. So it's not a very big collection. So we only sold out around 555 mint passes, and we have around 180 something holders in the Discord. So right now we are figuring out how to scale this, how to get to a bigger audience, and and uh, we are still struggling to build the beta version, because if we are able to provide each and every tool and each and every application that we promised in our roadmap, then it's going to be either zero sum game for as a team, because we certainly did not make any profits from the very first collection. So it's all uh, we are still we can say we are still not balanced in terms of how much we spend or how much we and how much we got from the means. So but I think the founder is still our founder is a really nice guy, and he's just still trying to push this as best as he can.
And that's good. I see that you said that there's very little education resources for the children of Africa, and it's great that you guys are taking the initiative and you guys are motivated to change that, even if you guys have to do it yourself. So we really appreciate that for sure. I see a request here from Galactic. Actually, Galactic, if you like, you could send us a DM and you could get on next week's P2E Weekly if you like. This is almost wrapping up. We only have one or two more questions. So you kind of missed this one by coming in a little bit late, but if you shoot us a DM, we'll hook you up for next week. Okay, so the final question of the day for our creators here is what is the future hold from your project from here moving forward? And do you have any closing remarks before we sign off, as well as give your website address and your social stuff like that? Why don't we start with Sweet Apocalypse?
Our future, the first step, what we have very soon is a meeting. It happens about 5 and 6 of August. We have some free mints for 350 people. We have whitelist mints. So everybody who likes our art, who's warmly welcome to mint 1 or 2 or get a free mint with the OG roll. And despite that, we try to finish the Telegram and WhatsApp stickers as next steps, which is quite close. So and then after we go directly into producing the content from any game, because we need some funds. Like I said, we invested the first 30,000. That was like the start kicking money, and then so this is what's coming. And where we can find that, you can find us on sweetapocalypse.org, and in Discord with the Sweet Apocalypse, and on Twitter also Sweet Apocalypse. This is more or less our social. We have Telegram and Instagram and TikTok, but this is more like fun and play and not really a lot of people there yet. So that's it. And thank you very much again, Gator. I really appreciate it. It's a really nice space you made, and it was really fun to be here a second time.
Well, we appreciate you being on the show today, and anyone that's listening right now, whether you're listening on YouTube or on Twitter, you can go to GatorWorldNFT.com right now and play Chomp, even if you don't have an NFT, and you could win a Sweet Apocalypse. Actually, we're giving away 2 NFTs, and that's with the OG roll as well, I believe. So why don't you go ahead and do that? You can get some Sweet Apocalypse NFTs, all right? So let's move on to BotX. What is the next step for the BotX Club project, and why don't you give us all your website and social media links?
All right, thank you. For the future of our project, so we already revealed our website, and as I said earlier, we have really a lot of plans for this project. So next we'll be revealing the mint date later today. So uh, we also have this, if we'll get to 90% of our NFTs minted, we will be able to unlock the staking mechanism wherein the holders of the NFTs can stake their NFTs and be able to earn some of our club token. So after we finish the roadmap, we are really hoping to release the second version of roadmap wherein we're gonna have another interesting collection for that. So also, I want to promote our ongoing events in our Discord server. So you can hop on and join us. We have an invite contest going on. We'll be ending on the 2nd of August. And we also have this art contest wherein everyone in our server is invited to join. You can submit your arts in our server also. So, you can also check us out here in Twitter at BotXClub. And our links are also posted in our bio, botx-club.com. And please join our Discord. Be a clubber now. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Gator World.
Hey, you're very welcome. And everyone, make sure you go and check out that announcement about their mint date, which is coming out later today. All right, so Introverse, any closing remarks, and where can we find you on the World Wide Web?
So, well, we actually have as a vision to focus right now on the gamification of the game and the development of the marketplace, as we said before. Of course, next month there will be these huge, contests. So I suggest everyone to join us. And of course, last but not least, we would love to be more interoperable. So if there are any project interested to embed their mascot, their character inside our game, just get in touch with us. And thank you so much for having us.
For sure. And why don't you just remind everyone about the Summerfest and when that's taking place?
Of course. The Summerfest, NFT Summerfest will be on 12 and 13 of August. The pool price is $10,000. We are actually way above that, but we don't really know. We are estimating now that it will reach at the end of the recruiting of projects. It will arrive till 20,000, but let's see. And yeah, it will be a hunt treasure, so treasure hunt inside our metaverse, and it will be really fun in a post-apocalyptic scenario. So maybe also Florian will be interested to see how is our low poly post-apocalyptic map, and you will have to escape from zombies, and you will have to find mystery boxes where there will be hidden inside NFTs, and there will be decoys, and you will get riddles to solve in order to find NFTs. It will be very fun. I suggest everyone to join us.
That sounds great. And what's your website?
Our website is Introverse.io, and I can even post it here in the comments.
Okay, perfect.
There you go.
That sounds great. So Intraverse.io, and you will find the Gators there. We will be taking place. We will be participating in that event for sure.
Thank you, guys.
Talk to you later. Okay, and to wrap it up, Learnaverse. Why don't you tell us about the next step for Learnaverse and where we can find your website and all your socials?
So you guys can go to Twitter, and our handle is @Learnaverse NFT. So you'll find each and every link from our link tree. So I guess mentioned in our Twitter bio. And the next step is definitely we are focusing more on this type of partnerships and Twitter Spaces, and getting the word out there as far as possible. So yeah, it's what we are focusing more right now.
Very good. So everybody should check out Learnaverse as well, especially if you know anyone that's new to the Web3 space and is just learning. That could be a great platform for someone to get a little more insight on everything. So I'd like to show some appreciation for everyone that came out and spoke on the space today, as well as you listeners. Don't forget to check out all of the projects, and this will be on YouTube. So if you'd like to share it with someone, I will drop the link on the Gator World Twitter later, and I'll send it to each of the projects that spoke today as well. Signing off, this is Gator Spearfish. We appreciate you all for coming out, and have a great day.